Number 15.
Safety, Julian Love. Acquired last year without a tremendous amount of fanfare, and you're trying to figure out exactly how they saw this because they had Quandre, because Jamal Adams was expected to be healthy again, and maybe it was just sort of for, a just-in-case scenario. But a year later, he's their starting safety, and quite frankly, the only guy who has any experience here at playing that position. So who is Julian Love? Was he used the right way last year? Is he going to be able to take this to the next level? He got paid, right? He ended up as a Pro Bowler when it was all said and done last year. So there's some talent, and the league obviously thinks that he can do some stuff. But I'm still not entirely sure who he is at that position. And most importantly, can he be a playmaker? I think he can be solid. I think we saw that last year. And again, the versatility is helpful. He's played corner, so he can cover a little bit. He's a sure enough tackler. I don't think of him as just getting run over, making big mistakes all the time. In Pete's defense, he couldn't get beat deep primarily. But what will he be in this defense that is kind of needed at safeties and helped at safeties become playmakers?
I would challenge a couple things you just said right there, especially in light of watching that Giants Hard Knocks, which all of you should be doing. It's a great window in to how team construction and not just on the field product that we evaluate. I'd take a little umbrage with he got paid. Xavier McKinney got paid $18 million per.
True.
Jamal got paid $18 million per.
He didn't get paid like that.
No, he got 2 years, 2 years 14 or something like that, 2 years 15. From a value standpoint, he was one of those value free agents that actually the market, I think when he came out, was certainly hoping for more than that. But the rest of the league said, kind of to your point, what are you? Are you a game-changing playmaking safety, a la Budda Baker and McKinney and even Justin Simmons over his career, of taking the ball away? Are you a violent, physical, knock your block off kind of safety? Are you, Minkah Fitzpatrick? Now, you're not at the top of it. The pay scale in the market told you that. But you are a heady dude, man. You are a green dot communicator. You are a Pro Bowler that sees the whole game. You have played corner. You have played nickel. You have played safety. And if versatility with a capital V is going to be a theme of this defense, Salk, then that guy should play a significant role. I mean, if you're Julian Love, man, you were thrilled about this move with Mike Macdonald. I would think, yes. Okay, now I get to play to my strength, which is the disguise and the cerebral end of things, and, being able every single down to not show our cards to what's coming, but to have a little, if I'm not freakishly fast, which he's not, and I'm not freakishly big, which he's not, compared to like an Earl or Cam or the most elite, what I am is kind of Lofa Tatupu. Right? What I am is a sixth sense and great instincts and a cerebral and a smart guy that if you give me a little edge, right, you give me a little, I don't have to just show my cards, I can play my cards a little bit. It should benefit a guy like Julian Love as much as anybody on this defense.
And if it does, what does that look like?
That looks like takeaways. That looks like impact plays. That looks like more than just Devin Witherspoon being the one guy out there where you're like, wow, different speed, different gear, different playmaking. And by the way, Devin has those things that I was just talking about. He has got that just violent fiber. He has got that speed and quickness. He's got something. That's why he was the number 6 pick in the draft and wanted by a lot of people in the top 10 of that draft. Julian's not that. But he is a super, super smart, heady, see-it-all football player with great awareness. So what it should do is put him here you go. Here's an analogy. Here's spin it back to baseball. When I get a cookie over the middle, and I should see some cookies over the middle with what we're doing up front, I'm going to take advantage of it. And last year, there just weren't enough of those.
It's been a while since we've seen real impact in the Seahawks defense in any position, quite frankly, right? I mean, when's the last player where you saw real, legitimate impact? It's been a while. Quandre, I know that there's a lot of love.
Quandre had a number of picks a couple years ago, right? Didn't he have like 6 picks 2 years ago?
Did Quandre ever feel like an impact safety to you? I'm not going to prove this with stats. Do you ever feel like an impact safety to you? I'm going to say the answer is no, and especially being pointed out right now, nobody signed him. I mean, he's still a free agent today on July 22nd.
There's a lot of good DBs, though.
I understand that, but I haven't seen a tremendous amount of impact. And I feel like it's something that when the Seahawks were at their best, the safety position was a spot where you got a lot of that. I don't know whether Julian Love is going to be that or not.
Tariq Woolen 2 years ago showed impact.
I think that's true.
First 10, 11 games of that season was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
this
true.
is fun. This is a ball hawk. This guy is a freak show.
Yeah, good point. I think yes, you're right about that.
I'm going to say him 2 years ago.
Okay. And?
Yeah, outside of that, I mean, Boye had a great stretch of 8 straight games with a sack. Like there was a great stretch there.
I just felt different, man. I'm sorry. Like he fell into some of those sacks. And I like Boye too, and I'm hoping that this is a great season for him. But I would really like to see some impact, just like we were talking about with the Mariners lineup. And if Julian Love can use his head and his smarts and this scheme to become an impact player that he was not necessarily in the past, that would be awesome.